G'day, hello, I'm Trevor Cocker, and you might wonder why I'm opening an episode of The Garden Gurus here in the middle of Rotorua's geothermal springs. Well, there's a big lesson to be learned. All the plants around here do not suffer from fungal diseases, and that's because these springs are rich in sulphur. And sulphur is a wonderful natural solution to so many of the fungal diseases that we experience in our home gardens. Well, this is what The Garden Gurus is all about, sharing great ideas and tips. And here's what's coming up on the rest of the show. Bonnie shows us her idea of the ultimate garden feature. Nige has an eco-friendly solution to controlling bugs whilst reducing plastic waste, and it'll save you money. And we've got a great and easy way to maintain your lawn to a level the neighbours will be green with envy.
Digging around. I got my spade, I got my hoe, I got my rake, and I'm ready to go.
Now, I've already shared with you this major project we're undertaking at home at my place. We've got this old pool area, beautiful pool, but the pavers around the outside were shocking. They were cracked, chipped, they looked dirty, they needed to be changed. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're putting in a brand new deck. I've got my trusted chippy Hamish on hand. He built the first deck, and this one is a bit different as we're using a new modern material that doesn't require the maintenance of old-fashioned decks. This is the latest generation of EcoDeck, the EcoDeck Plus Designer Series. Hamish, this system requires a really good subframe to hold it up, doesn't it? So how'd you set it up?
Well, basically we had to dig the sand out because we need a good 100mm clearance between the decking and the bottom of the deck and the sand. You got your bearers set in concrete footings on steel stirrups.
Yep.
And then running our joists at 450 centres, which gives that strength, and boards to lay on top and takes a good weight.
EcoDeck uses an installation design system called Quick Fix. It's designed to allow for even spacing between the boards without using spacers.
All it is with the decking boards we see over there, it's got the check out in the edge of the board and just have a little black lug which we put in and one screw in, and you work your way along the boards on top of the joists.
Yeah.
It's probably twice as quick to put it down compared to natural timber decking.
The planks are 5.4 metres in length, and this looks fantastic with its long, clean lines. The fact they're not scarred with screws or nails makes them look even better. Let's face it, a great deck is all about the look, and because of the non-fade finish, this is going to look great all year round without constant maintenance. This is something that the average person could actually do, couldn't they?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's easy to work with. You just have to make sure you have the right gear, obviously a good drop saw with the right blades and a bit of general knowledge, and off you go.
Now, seriously, if you're a half-decent DIY, you'll be able to undertake this project without any problems at all. And if you're not sure as you're going along and installing it, the good news is Bunnings have a brilliant installation video available online to help you out along the way. Now, we're almost there, a little bit further to go. I'll show you what it looks like in a couple of weeks' time.
Climbers, what do we think? I absolutely love them in my garden, and they can create a really good eye-catching display. And this purple pea is another great example of how awesome they can be in the garden. But let me show you a few of my other favourite climbers. Mandevilla is a tropical beauty which has charmed many gardeners, even myself. And as you can see here, these large vibrant blooms decorate the whole plant. Now these plants do love a well-drained soil and to be grown in a sunny spot. I'm choosing to plant this one here as it will get all the afternoon sun. Climbers need support in the garden, so I've picked up a few freestanding frames from White's, and this one is called Zen, and it's a 1.2 metre, which is going to work perfectly for this mandevilla. And it simply just pushes into the ground and it's nice and solid. And when the flowers on this plant do finish, this is still a really beautiful feature to have in your garden. I love this frame. It's called Little Robin, and it would be perfect in a cottage-style garden. I wanted to do it justice by planting this wonderful climber. This is Chinese star jasmine. It isn't invasive like other varieties of jasmine. It's a much more compact, neat form, and it will grow to about 2 to 3 meters tall, which yes, it is taller than this frame, but you can keep it pruned back to the shape of this quite easily. And the lovely thing about the flowers is that they're fragrant and the bees absolutely love them.
We'll have a look at this for a beautiful tree, folks. It's a cherry plum, and we've been lucky enough to catch it in full display here in Mount Macedon in Victoria, which raises a very good point. These are great in the cooler parts of Australia, but they're no good in the humidity. They just don't like it. Parts of Sydney you can grow them, but other parts they struggle a little bit. Now, apart from their lovely display, you also get these beautiful fruits, but one of the things I like about it the most is the way the pink flowers and foliage match perfectly with my blue shirt.
There are so many cold and flu remedies out there. Some have been passed down for generations, and some are available in the stores. But there is one plant that you can grow in your own garden to provide you with that seasonal armor. Today, we are talking about Echinacea, a herb native to North America, best known for its treatment of cold and flu. Echinacea makes superb cut flowers with their long stems, their long-lasting blooms, and their vibrant colors. Even when the petals drop, the cones remain intact for weeks. This will provide extra interest to the winter garden or to the vase. While studies on Echinacea for treating the common cold have shown mixed results, I personally swear by Echinacea to reduce the severity of the cold. But you need to take it at the first hint of cold or flu. Sharing my favorite recipe with you. To 1 part of Echinacea, you could use the leaves, the flowers or the roots. Add 1/4 part of lemongrass, another 1/4 part of spearmint leaves. Add fresh stevia leaf to sweeten it. Steep it in hot boiling water for a few seconds. Quite simple, isn't it? Echinaceas need full sun and fertile, well-drained soil. These plants were grown by Swan Valley Nursery, a specialist edible plant grower. You can source Echinacea from the leading garden centers and go ahead and create a blooming garden with this pretty perennial, bold and simply beautiful.
Oh, good, folks. Just counting my money again, you know. It's amazing how much I've saved this year. And what's better still, in this financial process, I'm actually doing my bit to save the planet too. Lily pillies are extremely popular hedging plants as they grow quickly, respond well to pruning, and grow in a range of soils and conditions. These are Syzygium. They are, however, susceptible to a few pests, scale and lily pilly beetle, to name a couple, so you need to keep on top of these. It's often easy to go out and buy a ready-to-use spray, but by spending a bit more money up front on a concentrate and mixing it up into a sprayer, you'll save big money over time. Plus, you'll greatly reduce your plastic waste. Now, even a thickie like me can see the sense of that. Oh, look! I just found another 20 bucks. I've got some eco oil and water mixed up in the 5-litre spray, and this is a lovely size. Not too heavy. It's got the shoulder strap. It's got the pump handle that locks away. It's got the Viton seals, and it's got the stainless steel lance. And you get 2 nozzles, the fan and jet spray. And a favourite feature of mine, folks, I never get sick of using it, is the pressure release valve. The weed killer fan is a very simple but effective accessory that goes on to the end of the lance here, and it's perfect to stop the spray drifting onto your desirable plants, especially handy on a windy day. This 1.5-litre pump spray is a very handy unit for up-close light work spraying. It's got the 360-degree fine mist spray, which is adjustable. right through to the jet. Look at that, it's a beautiful thing. This is handy also for getting right in close and underneath the leaves where a lot of the pests like to hang out. You can also use it for weed spraying or knock up some liquid fertiliser and use it for that too. For any handy small jobs around the home and garden, you can't beat the 1 litre trigger spray. All sprayers are great quality and come with a 2-year guarantee.
If you've recently sown some seeds and they've just started to sprout like these ones here, you'll want to wait until they're about another 2 to 3 inches taller before you pot them onto a slightly bigger pot. And then you'll wait about another week to 2 weeks before you can plant them in the garden. I'm here at Essendon Community Garden and there's just so much happening here. And look at this sage. This is pineapple sage, which is fantastic for making tea out of. And then over the back, we've got a beehive. There's so much diversity in this garden, from edible flowers to fruits and veggies. And with all these plants, they need a good feed. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. For these plants, I'm using Power Feed controlled release fertilizer for tomatoes and vegetables. There are several different purpose feeds in the range, so you can find exactly what you need to best suit your plants. And best of all, they feed the soil and your plants with premium nutrients, seaweed and microbes. The seaweed helps to stimulate overall plant health and roots, and it helps reduce the signs of frost, heat and pest and diseases. And in here contains a rich blend of nutrients and trace elements, so all these plants are going to love it. The microbes work to improve the soil structure and they aid in the nutrient uptake in the soil. Veggies can be pretty hungry, so this feed will keep these guys happy for up to 5 months. If you're feeding a mixed garden just like this one, having a fertiliser that can feed all these plants is a really good idea. And if you've got a few Australian natives mixed in the blend, this has low phosphorus, which they will absolutely love, and it won't burn them either. The gardens are looking awesome, and after feeding them, they'll be forming even more produce. A community garden is a great way to meet some new faces and just have some fun outside in the garden. And you can find some really cool ideas in these community hubs. And you know what? If you've got a community garden that you'd love to share with us, send a photo to our Facebook page.
Okay. I've been very excited about today for some time now, because not only am I going to be mowing, one of my favourite pastimes, but also using a ride-on mower. I mean, it's almost as good as being on the track. Today I'm on this bad boy from the Rover range of zero-turn ride-ons, and it's just a fabulous mower. It's perfect for getting in close around the trees here. It's excellent for turning on a tight spot, which makes it ideal for this kind of landscape. It offers superior productivity, no need to overshoot mowing areas and turn around, no three-point turns. It speeds up the job at hand remarkably, and the steering wheel control is unique to the Rover family of zero-turn mowers. The obvious difference between these two zero-turn ride-ons is that this one's got a steering wheel and that's got the lap bars. Now, what does that mean? Well, the lap bars are fantastic on flat terrain, but this one's much more suited to hilly terrain because all 4 wheels steer at once, which means you get no tearing or scuffing of the turf. Beautiful. Safety is dramatically improved. The front wheels won't slip, wobble and slide around like on the lap bar controlled machines. It's rated to handle slopes up to 20 degrees. For a block like this, you couldn't operate a lap bar safely, but you can with this unit. The steering wheel makes this a really easy ride-on to use. You basically jump on this and you're in control straight away, whereas with the lap bar ride-on, it's still a great mower, just takes a little bit longer to get used to. This is certainly a joy to ride on. It makes mowing a breeze. For For more info on the Rover family of mowers, visit this website. Lawns are well into their growing period now, and I've got to say, as I get around the place, some are looking better than others. As an avid lawn lover and grassman, it breaks my heart, some of the weed-infested rubbish I've seen, but I do believe we can all unite as one in pursuit of the green velvet magic. To look their best, lawns need a good feed on a regular basis throughout the warmer growing months of spring, summer and autumn. Ideally, reliable water as well, and this is a huge challenge for many areas experiencing drought, and our thoughts with those doing it tough. Most fertilisers need to be watered in immediately after application, but that's not the case with Lawn Builder, as long as it's applied evenly at the recommended rates. Lawn Builder slow-release fertiliser range does not require watering in, making it safe on lawns until it next rains or when you have the time to water in. I love using a spreader for this. It ensures even application and you just feel like a pro when you're using one of these. Something you may not know about the spreader is, as well as the quantity control slider on the side here that dictates how much fertiliser comes out, it's actually got 2 gears. It's got forward, which gives you the big fat arc, but there's also a reverse. If you go the other way, you get a much narrower arc, which is perfect for when you're doing skinny little areas like this, down there, which reduces waste, and no one likes waste. The slow-release technology feeds your lawn over a long 3-month period, so now is a good time to keep things healthy over summer. So if you want the velvet, look after your lawn. Regular mowing, stay on top of the weeds, and regular feeding. And if you do all that, and here comes the cliche, you'll have the neighbours green with envy.
With water restrictions in place over much of Australia, we have to be very smart with how we're using water in our gardens so we don't go wasting water. Now, there is some technology that's coming through both in irrigation systems, but most importantly in controllers, that allows you to control the amount of water your garden gets so it doesn't deteriorate, but more importantly, so that it doesn't overuse our most precious resource. A full-blown, top-of-the-range irrigation system is definitely justified in larger gardens. And due to the advent of new technologies, it makes it easier to install them yourself. For instance, this garden needs 8 stations. That's 8 different areas or zones being watered individually at different times or sequentially, manually or automatically. The Holman BTX8 Smart Irrigation Controller really is this next generation in watering technology that you can do from your smartphone. The solenoid cables which run to a solenoid valve allows for different zone water control, and they're connected to the controller. This is a simple attachment screw-in process. The controller itself requires a power source to plug into. This is a good option when converting an older system. There are 8 stations available from this controller, so it's quite capable of looking after a large garden if required. The BTX8 controller is then connected simply via Bluetooth to your smartphone. This allows you to program the number of minutes you want each station to run. It's important from a water saving point of view. Your garden lawn will need more water than, say, a native garden bed. Your veggies more than your rose garden. And with this system, you can program each run time and the system will run at the nominated start time. Or if things are looking a bit dry after a stinker of a day, you can easily manually set the controller to run in a one-off cycle. It's as simple as pulling your phone out and setting an individual station to run, or letting the whole station run a full cycle. One safeguard that you can add that will help save water, particularly if you've gone away and it rains, is a rain sensor. So maybe it's time you upgrade your old controller to one of these Holman Smart Bluetooth enabled like the BTX8. They are absolutely fabulous ways to have a great looking garden without wasting water. Well, that's all we've got for you this week on the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Now we're saying goodbye from beautiful Rotorua here in the North Island of New Zealand. It's a little bit cooler, so the tulips are still out. This is a wonderful part of the world, somewhere you should check out if you get a chance. Now, the good news is we're back next week with another show. If you want any more information from today's show, check out our website. There's a heap of backup information. Of course, you can watch the stories again. And if you've got a specific gardening question, become a friend on Facebook. We love to answer your questions. I'm Trevor Cochrane. Look forward to seeing you next week for the Garden Gurus.